Lessons. What is this delusion? Mind, donkey mind, ass mind. To the wise mind, then we will understand how the delusion in the binding desire causes endless suffering. Then we will also understand where this desire lives in us.
Mm.
At three locations they live. And then we will find out the five signs of a deluded mind. In the
Before we get started, can I ask you one question?
yeah,
So I've noticed, like, with my practice,
first question, counter question, that why I'm concerned about the people around me.
it's not like a concern. Like, I have a friend right now who you probably know, maybe no, I don't want to get into names, but he, like, just completely out of control, right? And, like, so he'll text me, and then he's having another child.
For those guys to me.
He quit you. He left you.
I know that he has another child now. No, don't worry, don't have a prejudgment. You simply say, okay, do you want to, why don't you go back to that guy and understand the mystery of the life? That is what the Eastern wisdom is. And because, you see that we are friends and you know my level, you be humble. You see that I'm already crazy, so I cannot help you. So it's better that you should take advice and help from the guy whom you left. Can you start?
Okay.
So every time, as long as we are not capable, we do not reach to that level of awareness, we should, you just notice. Notice means impartiality. You are not getting attached, you are not associated. Oh wow, you have a third child. So how many kids you need? Maybe a dozen. You just make it in a very easy way.
Okay.
Don't get associated. You are inclined, you get associated, you get attached, and then their problem becomes your problem, and then you are concerned. Let us come back. In the fifth lesson, we will see how the mind leads versus we lead the mind. But before that, I want to request you one thing. I have sent you a aware method PDF file to you by
I saw
email.
that.
Huh?
Yeah, I saw the email.
Yes. So you on aware means the five letter. Every letter has one metaphor plus the 5 points. You have to contemplate every day when you contemplate every day with the metaphor of each letter with those 5 points, you need not to practice. You will enter into a higher level of awareness by yourself.
Okay.
This week, don't leave. Maybe you get a printout of that and you take it either, you already have on the phone. So you can take it with you during the day, your personal, professional, and family life. You remember and
Okay.
recognize any time you have a sense of anxiety or get associated or engaged, you start asking your intellect which one to apply, which metaphor here to apply.
Okay.
I reflected on this where method almost for a year, and then I created this format. And it will take you, we have done aware practice couple of times.
Yeah.
So you understand how to step back, you notice, and then you know how to step back, you see through, you settle, and then you live from the self. Finish. You are in peace and happiness all the time. 5 steps. Notice, step back, see through, settle, live from the self. I'm explaining in a different phrases,
Yeah.
Every time, the problem is with me is that every time I explain the same principle, I have a different expression. I don't know, I can't help it because I don't want to be habitual. I don't want to be mechanical. I don't know whether I do it intentionally. No. But I see that when that real self is infinite, then there are infinite ways of expression. So, at the same principle, I can have a different expression.
Yeah.
Normally, what I teach, awareness is the notice, withdrawal is you step back, abolish, you see through it, settle, you are relaxed, live from the self, it is an embodiment. That is what we have done. So, but then I gave you a different names of that. Why? Sometime when I use the different phrases, I see people get more engaged and the results are much deeper. So that is why that is another way to why to practice. You counter your ignorance and delusion by this aware method. You remember, I think, aware, notice, withdrawal, abolish, relax, embody. So when you follow, your mind follows instead of mind leading you, you start leading the mind. So internally, you laugh to yourself. When your friend calls you, I have a third child, what to do? And you laugh inside, what I have to do with his child. It is his mistake. Or it is his blessing. What I have to do? I don't have any contribution to have a child for you.
Yeah.
Did you have any contribution?
No.
Oh, are you sure?
Pretty sure.
Very sure. So why to worry about it?
Yeah.
Why to worry? So awareness, you notice the thought, feeling, and sensations are transient movements. Everything, whatever is changing, I notice. Why I notice? Because it is not me. Why it is not me? Today some thought has entered just before a moment. Before a second, this thought was not there. So it was absent, now it is present, it will be absent in the future also. Why to worry about, why to chase it? Just notice, let it come and go. So your friend calls you, let it come and go. Thank you. Wonderful. You have shared a wonderful story about your life having a third child when you are going to have a fourth one. Second is the withdrawal. You have to understand, I can withdraw consciously. You disengage from any uninvited, unwelcome, negative thoughts or any thoughts shared by any of you, any of your friends, relations, people in the world. This is not an escape, but it is a refusal to be carried away. And the best, I used to say, what happened when I spent about first 5 years with my master, and then my master told me that don't start teaching others unless you reach to that stage. So, but I want to help people. So I said, I know my master. My master can solve this problem. You can go there and you can refer my name even, and he will definitely help you. So then what happened in the next 5 years? I introduced more than 200 people to my master. Because I wanted to be sure.
Yeah.
So after introducing 50 people, my master called me one day. He said that now if you refer me to anyone, I will throw you out of the monastery.
Why?
I don't want popularity. He said, I don't want. I just want to be with myself. You have come, I have accepted, you finished. But before you refer, you have to talk to me. So after 10 years, I stopped referring. Out of the 200 people, I would say 50 people have evolved greatly because they were my students and they are still with me. I still conduct couple of sessions for those people.
Mm.
Oh, you have understood, even though I met your master. I said, okay, you can come with me. So the third point is the abolish. Use your wisdom to recognize and drop false self stories. You have just told me a story. What do you have to do with the third child? And still you are concerned. Are you concerned about children of the entire universe?
No. I'm not concerned. I just think he's an idiot. Like honestly, like that's what, I just yeah. It goes way deeper than that. I don't agree with his behavior. So.
I told you that he told me, you understand, I have a child, so I have to take care of him. That's why we are, we, that's why I'm not having a session with you. I said, I'm okay. I'm okay with you. Yes, you should be concerned. You have a second child, so you should be very much concerned. You should take care, as if he is going to deliver the baby. Internally, I was laughing, but externally, I just used that expression, finished.
Yeah, okay.
And I never thought of it. Now you record, and so I remember. So relaxation comes the fourth point, and then the embodiment. What the result is, the immediate relief. That thought associated with the feeling and the emotions now no longer have a sense of attachment, and then you feel relaxation is there inside you. Emotional maturity comes, that you are not carried away by the thoughts and feeling and emotions, whatever your relations and friends talk about it. So you start separating yourself from the world. In that process, you can recognize that there is something in me which remains calm and peaceful all the time. And gradually, we will be able to reveal and awaken to inner peace and the joy. So remember, I said awareness, notice, withdrawal, W, A, abolish, R, relax, E, embody. E, embody. E is embody. So this week you should not forget this practice every day in the morning, in the evening. You have already been given the step of the practices. You already have the file, but you keep that paper always with you the moment you have any form of anxiety, reaction, duality. I'm laying a foundation for the next 5 lessons.
Okay.
Now, remember, maybe you can create an acronym for that. I don't have yet. So, the entire journey of this Eastern wisdoms, it starts with the Mangala Charan mantra, auspicious mantra. You chant it every day in the morning. We have already done it. Then you listen and learn. Then you contemplate and reflect. Then you practice and experience. Then you apply the wisdom in your daily life. And when you apply daily analysis, you analyze the daily how many times I was in anxiety and reaction today. And then you contemplate and reflect. You go back and why the hell I have this anxiety? Mind started leading me. No. So you contemplate and reflect to a point where your mind says, sorry, I need not to go back. You feel the change in your emotion, behavior, and attitude, your expression changes. Even though it appears 7 or 8 steps mantra, listening and learning, contemplation and reflection, daily analysis, practice and experience, you recognize the change in your emotion, behavior, and attitude, and then you see that, oh, now what is my expression? Okay, I'm okay. What I have to do with that guy, even though he is my friend, he has the kid, I don't have the kid, I did not contribute anything, so I'm free, I'm happy. You reach to that conclusion. So, because you reach to the conclusion by your intellect is awake. That is why you reach to that conclusion. It pushes your default and deluded mind a little farther from you. What is my real self really? Our master says it is Sat Chit Anand. Sat means existence, Chit means consciousness, Ananda means permanent happiness, infinite happiness. Or, first you start with it is pure consciousness. So, how to understand pure consciousness? We understand by absolute existence, consciousness, and bliss. Oh, are there three? No, they are not three. You are male, you are husband, you are son, you are brother, you are still one. You're not two, you're not three, you're not four. So that is how our master explains to help us understand this real self is absolute existence, consciousness, and bliss. Or simply you say it is a pure consciousness in a common man's language. It sounds beautiful. but honestly, it feels abstract. We are going deeper. You have to continue to pay attention. Don't pay attention to your dog now. You have to pay attention to me. Attention to my listen, my knowledge. So it feels abstract. What does it actually mean? The question rises. So the master says it, oh good, if it feels abstract, it means you are honest. Let us start in a simple way. What is the simple way? So tell me, when you say I, what you are pointing to? Why I means me. Okay, but what you are pointing to? Are you pointing to your body, your thought, your story, your age, your relationship, your feeling? What is this I you are pointing to? All right, all right. So you were happy to yesterday you were happy. Today you are anxious. Your mood changed, but did the fact I am change also? That I am, that I am, did it change from yesterday to today? That I am did not change. So when you say it is abstract, you are pointing this I am also as an abstract, but now it no longer remain abstract. You experience you I am. I was unhappy yesterday, I am happy today. But that I am, did I am change, or it is the mind that was unhappy yesterday and happy today? I am did not change. No, I still feel like the same I am. I am with the different emotions. Emotions lives in the mind. So emotional experience of unhappiness and happiness belongs to the mind, but that is why this I am of yesterday did not change from today. The same I am is happy, the same I am. It was unhappy yesterday. It means it belongs that happiness and unhappiness belongs to the mind because of the event or the incident, because of the thought. All the thought belongs to the mind, but that I am did not change. That I am is pure consciousness. That I am is absolute existence, consciousness, and bliss. Emotions change, thoughts change, body changes, roles change, yet there is a quiet sense of I am that does not come and go with them. That sense of I am does not go with unhappiness or happiness or anxiety or duality or a reaction. That is the absolute existence, consciousness, and bliss. How can you say it is abstract? It is here and now. So that I am is pointing to, according to Eastern wisdom, the Sat, the first word Sat. Sat means ever present existence I am. At least, anyone who says I am, you cannot have any experience without saying that I exist. Because I exist, then I have an experience. Am I sure you understood that?
Yeah.
So that is Sat, existence. But I know that I exist, I need a consciousness. So, absolute existence, and then comes the consciousness. And because that existence is all pervading, because it is all pervading, it is of the nature of infinite happiness. So, that I am is basically absolute existence, consciousness, and bliss. No, no, but I was unhappy. No, it belongs to the mind. I had a pain. No, you had a pain in the body. You are not the body. This is ignorance. Because this I am, I'm laying a foundation for the first fight. Thank you. I will do it. So, because this I am has no shape, name, and the form, so we apply the metaphor to understand it. What metaphor I should use? The light behind all your movies. Imagine a movie screen on which countless films play: action, romance, horror, comedy. The characters and the stories and the moods change constantly, but the screen itself never gets burnt, wet, torn by any scene, by any plot. So I have to discover what is inside that is like a movie screen, and the body, mind, breath, intellect, thought, feeling, relationship is just a drama of a movie. We are living drama every day. Yesterday I was unhappy, today I am happy. Long list. Whatever changes is a drama, and behind there is a movie screen. That is the real I am, which did not change, that we have proved previously. That real self is of the nature of permanent peace, happiness, love, and wisdom. What? Yes, that is the real self, is quite continuous sense of I am that does not come and go with the moods, body, aging, or life stories. Why? Because mistaking changing scenes for the screen is the root confusion. That is ignorance, that is delusion. So, what to do? Notice that yesterday you were happy, today you are anxious, yet the sense of I am stayed unchanging nor. Unchanging nor is the real self.
Yeah.
Where in every experience, where that I am is unchanging, in every experience, here and now, on a walk, in an argument, in a joy, in talking to your relations or friends, in fear, in sleep, everything. That why in every experience that I am is present underneath, like the movie screen is present underneath, whether you run a horror movie, romantic movie, anything. So anytime you say I am, pause and notice that I am independent of the body, breath, mind, intellect, and ego. Understand little deeply. Another example, I am on the top of the world. You said yesterday. Today I am in mess. Yet something quietly feels like the same I am through both the episodes. That is closer to the real self than either mood. Mood remains outside. Mood can change, but that I am never changes. Where is the problem? Delusion, ignorance. What is the problem of delusion and ignorance? My mind treats the current emotion like the whole truth, that this is what I am.
The I am never changes.
I am never changes.
So the I am is the real self.
I am is the real self. I am without any adjectives. I am without any association outside that changes is the real self. Our mind, your mind treats the current emotion like the whole truth, like thinking the phone is dead just before one app crashed and the battery of I am is still on. That Satchidanand, that existent consciousness and bliss isn't a spiritual glitter. It is the default operating system before you install any I am on this. I am husband. You have installed something on the I am. First is I am, and then you say I am husband. Then you install son. I am son. Then you install I am in mess. Then you install I am into anxiety. Then you install I am unhappy. You install I am happy. Millions, millions, and billions. And we get carried away by any of these installed apps, claiming that this is my phone and this is not, this is me. So we already have a confusion. That is what is called the delusion, ignorance, and
can you have those emotions without being attached to them, or
yes, impulsive mind. Mind is not the part of the real self. It is separate and different. So impulsive mind can have those emotions. But as long as you are aware of I am, you are in total control of those emotions. That is the difference. Otherwise, if you claim you are the mind, then you get carried away. The mind is leading you. Yes, it's a good question. And a simple answer. Mood changes. I am doesn't. Mood changes. I am. That I am does not change. So, what happens, how to understand this? The subject is the shift from, pay attention, shift from I am my changing story to I am unchanging awareness in which the story appears. What I said? I am my changing story. I'm husband, I'm wife, I'm upset, I'm unhappy. No, 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 no. I am that pure consciousness on which the story I am happy appears, I am unhappy appears, I am stressed appears, I am in a mess appears, but that I am remains unchanging. To recognize that, to realize that, to experience that is an awakened state. When a strong emotion appears, joy or anxiety or stress, silently check. This feeling wasn't here yesterday, so it can't be my permanent essence because it was not present a moment ago, and it will not be present continuously, but I am already present in all the three stages: absent, present, and absent again. Appear, disappear again. This belongs to the mind, this has nothing to do with me, this is not me. The moment you can declare inside with awareness that this is not me, another answer of your question comes, your impulsive nature drops. Because the fuel is consciousness. If the fuel is already dissociated, you are fear. Yet the fact I am is still here watching it. So I am the knower of this state, not the state itself. I am the knower of anxiety, I am not the anxiety. I am the knower of unhappiness, I am not the unhappiness. Unhappiness is a mood, mind, it belongs to the mind. Mind is not me. With that understanding, if you practice aware method of mindfulness, if you think you are paying me, you will be able to stop paying me. You said, oh, I have already reached to that state in this week.
What is the difference? Because when I first started kind of getting interested in all this, long before I met you, maybe 10 years ago, feeling anxious, and then I asked myself, what?
Yes, that is the right approach we have to do. I think, I discussed a couple of times in between these sessions about your panic attacks. Perhaps that might have led you to contemplate and reflect, and it is gone. Because mistaking changing experience for me creates insecurity. Recognizing the stable knower I am behind them opens the door to lasting inner freedom. Just notice the thoughts and emotions change while the sense of I am remains. What the seeker learns then? Sat, I am always am. What I'm saying? I am always amness. I always know. So because I always know, it means I am the knower. I am always simply being and knowing. I am Satchidananda. I am existence, consciousness, and bliss. Question comes, but how do I see that? How do I see that? I keep looking for this real self and it feels like I'm chasing a shadow. Doubt comes. That is the beauty of the Eastern wisdom. Eastern wisdom says you raise as many questions, but you should be a seeker to raise the right question. If you are a seeker and you raise the right question, we will give you the answer. If you raise the wrong question, there is no answer. You can find the answers in modern psychology, they are always wrong. So, yes, what I said, but how do I see that is a genuine question. I keep looking for this real self. Well, you are a seeker, and it feels like I'm chasing a shadow. No. So, Master answers in one of the Upanishads. Imagine a flashlight in a dark room. Now the Master is answering. I'm referring to one of those two Upanishads. Imagine a flashlight in a dark room searching for its own beam. Flashlight, dark room. That flashlight is searching its own beam. What the seeker will answer? Oh, it cannot turn the light onto itself. The torch, flashlight, dark room, searching for its own beam. It cannot turn the light onto itself. The light is what makes other things visible. Light can make other things visible. So the master answers exactly the flashlight is the very light it is using. In the same way, your real self is the awareness by which thoughts, emotions, and sensations are known. You are using that awareness to search for your awareness. You are using the same consciousness to search for your consciousness. Why don't you become aware of it? When you try to see the self as an object, you will fail all the time. The self is the knower, seer, not a thing to be seen. Not to be seen, but what? A lot of challenges comes. You cannot see through the eyes and the mind. Why? That consciousness is behind the senses and behind the mind, so you cannot see it. So, the problem is that I'm treating consciousness like an object out there to be seen by the senses and the mind. It cannot be. So, do I experience I am? Yes, I experience I am. That is consciousness. Very important point. Every thought says, look at me, solve me, fix me. You chase those thoughts and forget the simple fact that you cannot have a thought without consciousness. There is a knowing presence in which they appear and disappear. And that presence is my real nature. So means what? The flashlight that can't find its own light. Imagine a flashlight in a dark room. Desperately you are trying to shine its beam on itself. It can never turn the light back onto the light. The same beam is what makes the whole room visible. Deeper, deeper, deeper. So, how this puzzle is solved by our master? Master clearly says your real self is not an object. Means what? I'm going little deeper and then I will return back. So, I want to know my real self through my senses and the mind. So, one I am is here, other I am I want to know is outside me. So, which one is the real I am? Not possible. Then there are two I am. One I am is seen through the senses and the mind, and the one I am wants to know this I am to this. There are two I am, so you are already in a puzzle. So the master says it is an objective, it is not objective, it is subjective. Because as long as you treat consciousness as something to be seen, you will chase like a shadow and miss the reality. That is why we say, okay, let me stop chasing. Then consciousness abides in consciousness and I recognize myself. That is why we practice meditation. So the same Upanishad says, stop hunting the flashlight with a flashlight. Don't be crazy. Not possible. I'm looking everywhere for the self, like a flashlight shining around the room and asking, where is my light? I can't see it. Every thought waves its hand, fix me, I'm the problem. You keep solving the thoughts instead of noticing the awareness that sees them all. It is in the light I see them. I gave you an example, you see, that is how you see yourself. In the light of the consciousness, I know my left hand. So because of this object of left hand makes me aware that there is a consciousness which is aware of the left hand. Now, there is no object. Is the consciousness not there? It is still there. So my mind is totally hooked. It is constantly chasing the real self, wants to know the real self outside as an object. It cannot be done. Consciousness is here and now. Gita says you cannot objectify consciousness. So the protocol of finding the real self is different as compared to the protocol of scientific research. So instead of asking where is the self, ask what is it that knows this thought, this breath, this doubt right now. You have a thought, you are aware of it, you have a thought of anxiety. Okay, let me find out who knows this thought, who knows the anxiety. There is only one I am, that is the knower, and that is our real self. That is our real self. You are the light you are using to search. You are the light, the self is the seer, not something seen. It is the knower, not the known object. But by mistake, because of the delusion, we are using awareness to look for awareness. Like the flashlight trying to beam on its own light, the very capacity by which you search is what you are seeking. So your searching is your seeking. The search comes to an end. You are absorbed into meditation. You recognize that you are the real self. It is not abstract. It is not abstract. Every thought says, look at me, fix me, but I am the presence in which these thoughts appear and disappear. It is like the ocean on which one wave of thought said, look at me, second wave of thought says, it fix me, but come on. You are all just the water. The wave appear and disappear.
Well, like when you put it like that, then what is the point of even meditation? It would seem foolish then. Like if I'm trying to do something that I already am.
Yes, but I still have to recognize and realize the real self. As long as I do not realize, I have to make an effort.
Okay.
One guy asked me, you say the mindfulness is natural and effortless, then why should I practice mindfulness when it is already effortless and natural? I said, you have heard only half the phrase. Mindfulness or meditation is effortless, natural. It is a non practice, but after an effort. He said, I did not understand. I said, oh, it was so simple to make you understand. So he said, make me understand. I said, you want to travel to a destination. You go online, you buy the air ticket, and on a particular date and the time, you reach to the airport, you board on the flight, and you get your seat, you are sitting. Until then, you have to make an effort. After that, the train will take you to the plane will take you to the destination. But if you don't make any effort and you say, how come? That is what you ask.
I see.
But then there are people why humility is required in this. We have to understand. We have to keep aside our ego. If we don't keep aside our ego, then the ego sits on. It finds a seat. Oh, seat number 20. Yes, I'm sitting here. Then the guy stands up and he starts running in the plane itself. No, I'm reaching to my destination. That is the role of ego. That is why we need to be humble. That is why we have to keep our ego aside. Otherwise, this ego is not going to leave you in the form of thought structure.
Yeah.
Now you see, just imagine a scenario. The guy stands up and he says, and I'm running in the plane, and wait. The hostess says, why you are running? You sit down. No, I'm running because I have to reach to a destination. No, the plane will take you. No. I have the greatest delusion in my life. We all have the greatest delusion in our life. We continue to run. We say, let me manufacture peace and happiness when the peace and happiness are within.
Yeah.